Hey, good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. To get the charts up, give me 2 seconds and I should have it there for you. Should be 2 more seconds. Sure why the screen is not up here. Okay, there we go. Give me 2 more seconds here and I should have it up and running. Not sure why the settings are different today. Sorry for the short inconvenience. I'm not sure where settings changed. I just need to get over to the charts here. All right, sorry for the confusion. Not sure why my settings changed there. Good morning, good morning. If you could please just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let me know that the audio is working correctly, considering for some reason my screens were on different settings this morning. Good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing today? How is everybody's day going? How is everybody's week going? Good to see everybody again. Glad to get another live stream in. We had some 8:30 news this morning. Looks like price hasn't really decided what they wanted to do yet. Today, if you guys would like, you can do some Q&A. I wanted to spend some time with chat today instead of doing a specific lecture on any different topic. So today I want to focus on the chat. Any questions that you guys might have? We do have New York Open coming up here shortly. I appreciate everybody joining. I hope everybody's week is going well. If you guys want to put any questions or comments in the chat, today we're going to do a Q&A. We can go over the charts as we are doing our Q&A, but the focus is going to be on chat today. If there aren't any questions, then I will just do some analysis and take a look at the charts. It looks like the first question we have is bearish on CL now that liquidity has been taken. Here's what I was looking at this morning on CL. CL, we had a move from an hourly fair value gap to the swing high, right? Move out to the daily here. Ooh. Move out to the daily here. Yes, it is sweeping buy side, but no, we don't instantly become bearish. We wait for price to show us signatures that the trend is changing. Right now, price is not showing any signatures. That trend has changed. So as of right now, no, I am not bearish on CL. Isn't there a unicorn on ES and NQ right now if it displaces over the breaker? So notice how you're saying if it displaces over the breaker. If any part of the criteria is not completed, then there is no unicorn. Right? So since there has been no displacement, there is no unicorn, and all you do is sit there and wait. Daily bias for NQ. Looking at this daily FVG here. Price is currently located in a daily FVG. Right, so now we just have to wait till we get any kind of change in the state of delivery before considering targeting any of the highs. So although we're in a daily FVG, just like CL, it's a moment to be waiting for additional information. Will I take a trade on live stream? It depends if a trade presents itself. Can't just guarantee a trade will be taken because I don't trade anything. I have an entry function. And if that entry function aligns with my higher time frame bias, then I would take a trade. If those things don't happen, then I don't take a trade. Do you only trade New York 930? Yes, I am a New York Open trader. I focus on the futures charts at New York Open. Question regarding news. I know you don't trade CPI, NFP, and FOMC, but how do you go about news drivers that occur during New York Open? I wait until after the news occurs. Right? So if there's a news driver at 9:45, I wait to engage with the market until after that occurs. there's a news driver at 10 a.m. I wait until after 10 a.m. to engage with the market. If stopped out on first entry on unicorn and 2 are not reached, can you take a second entry? That is contingent upon your risk management. Everybody has their own risk tolerance. I personally only take 1 trade a day and 2 trades maximum in a week. How do you find a mentor if one wants to go into full-time trading, not for basic learning purposes, but for accountability and continuous coaching? There are a lot of smart people on Twitter, but you have to do your due diligence. You cannot just go and look for anybody. You have to look for someone who has proven data, proven results, somebody that fits your personality and your trading style. A mentor is not somebody that has just made money, okay? You have to look for somebody that you can relate to morally and psychologically, and you figure that out by spending time with them. Do I have a manager or coach for myself? No, I do not currently. Isn't 4 a.m. candle on the 5M chart the breaker? That's what I'm asking for ESNNQ. You want all of your criteria to be completed at or after the opening times. So I do not look for past information. I look for current information, right? So you're saying the 4 a.m. breaker. I'm not looking for information that occurred at 4 a.m. I'm looking at current information. Ash, what prop firm are you using? I use My Funded Futures. Gonna just take a quick sip of water, but keep throwing any questions or comments in there. We are doing a Q&A here this morning, so feel free to ask any questions. Alrighty. If there's no FVG, but there's a volume imbalance aligned with the breaker block, will that be a valid unicorn? I don't use volume imbalances, I use FVGs. So no, I would not use that setup. Did we sweep swing low on 1 hour on NQ right at the top of the daily FVG? Saying top of the daily FVG. So this daily FVG, I'm not exactly sure that I understand your question. Did you get that trade yesterday at 1 o'clock? If there are no execution labels shown on the chart, I did not trade it. Anytime I execute, I show my executions. So if there are no execution labels, you will know that I did not take the trade. Give me 2 seconds. I just lost my spot in the chat. I'm just trying to figure out where I left off on the questions. Okay, here we go. Thank you for your information on the announcement yesterday about changing from FX to futures. Yeah, so there's a lot going on with FX and futures right now. A lot of the FX people are moving over to futures because of all of the regulations that are happening. Made an announcement showing the difference between FX and futures. And if you did not see that announcement, maybe it's because you're not in the Discord. So feel free to join the Discord. The link to it is in the description of this bio. With that being said, I would also greatly appreciate any likes on this stream or any subs to the channel. We do this weekly. We tend to do Wednesday New York Opens. So you will find me here providing analysis, going over my model, going over any questions, or communicating with the community. No questions, just want to say thank you. Thank you for your hard work you do with the education you have put together. Much love. I appreciate the kind words. I'm looking to add value every chance I can get. So I always provide my information both on Twitter, in Discord, and on YouTube. Was the 15M unicorn we got at 7:30 New York time on gold valid? Not taking time into account. I know the uni isn't valid because of time and price don't align, but just based on price. Take a look at gold. I think we should use, I think it's the Forex chart we should use. Staying at 7:30. Right, so 7:30. So you're probably looking at this here, right? I'm guessing this is what you're looking at. I mean, yes, it is a breaker block, right? Let's see if it sweeps or goes into. Nice. So it does sweep a 4-hour sell side. After sweeping a 4-hour sell side, you get a breaker block, down, up, down, displaces all the way through it. FVG is aligned with it, but there was no entry given, right? You're supposed to enter from the beginning of the breaker block, stop loss below it. So I would not be using it. There was no entry given, and it already played out. So at this moment in time, you just go back to analyzing. Maybe sometime today you can speak to getting to a payout with Top Step when you must have $200 days to be considered wins, and using 1 to 2 micros make that a bit challenging your strategy. So yeah, you have to have at least 5 profitable days of at least $200 to get a payout with Top Step. I do not think 1 to 2 micros to achieve $200 days is a hard task. I would be curious to see what your system is or what your risk management is. It's absolutely doable. I've received payouts myself. Not sure maybe where the confusion is. What is the news driver at 10 a.m.? Take a look, see if there is any news. There is no high impact news driver at 10 a.m. Just focus on USD here since we're the high impact news was at 8:30 a.m. So I'm not sure what you're referring to, unless maybe you're talking about oil or something. I know there's oil news as well. Pretty sure there's inventories at 10:30, but there's no high impact news for USD. NQ took previous day low on the daily. Does it indicate that it will go take previous day high as price is located at a discount in a 1 hour dealing range? Price can and will do whatever it wants whenever it wants to. Okay. There are probabilities with price in which you can use them to your advantage. For example, longing below old lows is higher probability than shorting below old lows. Okay. You have to understand that probabilities are only probabilities. There are no guarantees. Okay. Just because price ran below the previous day low does not mean that the next location that it's going to go to is previous day high. There is no guarantee when it comes to price. You have to be objective to it, right? Take price for what price is currently doing. Your opinion of price does not matter. Price will do whatever it wants whenever it wants to. So your job is to be analyzing confirmed data. And that data is each one of these candles. Hey, good morning, Brian. Hope your week is going well. Ash, there's no CL in my funded FX. If you move over to my funded futures, there is CL. How important are weekly profiles? Weekly and daily profiles are very important. If there was one person that I would suggest learning that from, it's AM Trades. You go on Twitter and go to AM Trades Twitter profile. He has some very, very good information on that. Are there any other higher time frame POIs besides swing lows FEGs? Yes. People use order blocks. People use volume imbalances. There are many different higher time frame areas of interest. Just because I don't use them does not mean that they are not there. People use rejection blocks. People use propulsion blocks. People use volume imbalances. There are other higher time frame points of interest. In my experience, it is more efficient to have less than more, right? Get good at one thing and then repeat that over a long period of time. Information overload is just as bad as not knowing any information. So if you're trying to use 100 different concepts at once, that's going to deter you from the overall goal. In my experience, just focusing on one or two concepts, like how I just focus on FVGs or swing points, that'll provide more efficiency than trying to look at 100 different concepts. Do you think it's good to have two models? That's a personal answer. That's going to be unique to the individual. If you are capable of differentiating your models, right? Knowing the differences or knowing which one you're executing, sure, go ahead. The answer to that is going to be unique to the individual. Some people are not capable of making many decisions during the live action. So they just need to have the muscle memory of knowing exactly what they need to do and when they do it. That person probably should only be using one model. The other person that's capable of juggling the decisions and still being accurate with it, sure, have two models. That's going to be contingent on the individual. That's a unique question. Is it possible to earn $300 a month? I think you're focusing on the wrong thing. If you're focusing on a certain dollar amount, if you're focusing on money in general, I would suggest focusing on your routine, your model, implementing your model every day, your discipline, and your patience, right? Focus on doing your model perfectly every single time that you show up to the market. I think that'll create a better outcome than saying, let's focus on making $300 every single day, every single month, whatever you said. Do I think the London lows could be swept? Yes. Yes, they could be. Will I be looking for a unicorn setup? Yes, that is currently what's happening. I am sitting here watching the chart with you guys. We do look to be having some SMT against NQ and ES, right? So if you want to get into some analysis here, take a look at the 8:30 news candle to the 9:30 open. Take a look at the, oh, wrong candle, sorry. 7:45 to 9:30. Let's see, 7:45 to 9:30. Right, see the difference there? NQ is making a lower low as ES is making a higher low. SMT divergence. What does that show you? Right, so it looks like ES has the strength here. ES is trying to go higher as NQ is currently going lower. Take a look at the 5-minute. We didn't get the sweep there. There is no hourly point of interest. You have this hourly point of interest. Time frame alignment, the hour to the 5-minute. Right, so you do get a sweep at New York Open. This could be a breaker block, but this breaker block would not have a higher time frame point of interest. NQ is still showing the weakness against ES and NQ. At this moment in time, there's nothing to do here. That's why I haven't pointed anything out. Looks like you had a little up the highs here. Yeah, so I have nothing so far. I'm fine with having nothing. I will sit here and wait. Not in a rush. Back over to the questions. My spot again. It will just give me 2 seconds to find where I was in the questions. Oh, there we go. What if the daily is bullish and the 1 hour is bearish? When you have conflicting information, that is a time to be neutral, right? If your bias comes from the higher time frame, meaning the daily, and you are bullish on the daily, but your hour 1 structure is bearish, that would be a time to do nothing. You want your time frames to align. If your daily is bullish, you would want to see a bullish hourly, right? So wait, be neutral, do nothing until the information aligns. Are you still bullish on ES? Yes. Yes, I am bullish on ES. This is why I'm bullish on ES right here. Previous day low, swept into a bullish FVG, right? There are no hourly areas of interest, right? You had this swing low swept here. After that swing low was swept, we have not received anything. Price is just chopping away, right? We have not received this right here. So I sit and do nothing. I don't go outside of my model. So I'll just be patient and keep waiting. Somebody's saying Dixie has a change in the state of delivery. Yeah, it does look like Dixie's getting a change in the state of delivery here on the hourly. Look at this here. I'd say that's the change in the state of delivery. SMT continuing to show. NQ taking the lows while ES has not. All right. Just taking another sip of water. Let's get back to it. Unicorn model FEG should align with the breaker. Do you mean FEG should reside inside the breaker fully or partially? It only needs to partially be in the breaker. The FEG does not fully need to be in the breaker. Hi, Ash. When price goes from external to internal, do you look for both to be on the same time frame? Maybe I'm not understanding the question, but I'll try to answer it anyways. Give an example of it. Take a look. So price was external here, right? Price swept the swing high. And then after it swept the swing high, you get a breaker block. Trying to find the drawing tools. Right, you get a breaker block here. So I'm not exactly sure what the question is, but right, so price was external when it ran above the previous day high here, or previous week high here. After going external, you get a change in the state of delivery with displacement to the downside. That creates a breaker block. So seeing that after it went external, you also got the change in the state of delivery, it makes sense that price is being held by this breaker block and has moved lower since. Maybe that could help. So daily bias, right? Daily external. Daily external. The daily time frame alignment brings you to the hourly. Hourly change in the state of delivery with a breaker block, confirming that external back to internal move. Can price go from external on the daily and then go down to an internal hourly FEG and reverse back up? Yes, after price has gone external, you would target an internal liquidity. Internal equals FEGs. Once it gets to that FEG, you would want to see the same thing happen. A change in the state of delivery to confirm that we are changing directions again. But be objective to the information. Wait for that to happen. Wait for confirmed data before just instantly saying that price is going to change its direction and go back. Somehow I lost my position in the comments again. Give me 2 seconds. Every time I like touch the chat, it like zooms all the way up to the front of the chat. So I'm not up to date with the chat because it's moving so quickly. So I have to go back and find like where I was. Okay, here we go. Yo, what's up, man? Can we back test a few entries this morning before you're out from start to 2R? We're looking at the live data right now. I'm not focusing on back testing at the moment because if a position presents itself, I would like to take it. So I'm not looking to back test here. We could do questions and answers while we wait for a position, but I'm looking to do questions and answers right now. Price hasn't given me anything in terms of my entry function. That's why I have not pointed out any positions. Just simply waiting. And NQ took previous day low. Does it indicate that it will take previous day high? You must be replicating this question because I answered this already. Just because previous day low is taken does not mean that the next thing we are going to do is take previous day high. Not what the information is saying right now. Be objective to the information. Sir, can you please check GU around 3:05 a.m.? I took a long and I followed all the steps, but it went the other way. Just want to know your thoughts. Okay, let's take a look at GU. Okay, so first thing that I have to say, right? So take a look, information, right? We're going to the chart as if the day has not started yet. So with that being said, the day starts with price currently located at a daily external location. It is external because this is a swing high. Since price is currently located at a swing high, right? You short above old highs, you long below old lows. So the first thing that I have to say about a long on GU this morning is I would not be bullish bias here, seeing that price is located at a external location above a swing high. So now let's go to, because you're saying you took it during London, so let's go to the beginning of London. Here's your change in the state of delivery right here, right? So after price was above a swing high, you get a bearish change in the state of delivery heading into London. So before London opened, you're looking at a sweep of a swing high and an hourly bearish change in the state of delivery. Now we'll go to the 5-minute chart, right? Because time frame alignment. So you're saying 3:05 a.m. I don't even see, right? So London opens at here. Okay, so this is what you're this is what you're looking at. You're stating that this is a bullish breaker with the FVG here. you're not taking into context any of the higher time frame analysis. That is what I have to say about a GU long for London Open. You don't just look for a pattern on a screen. So looking for a unicorn just to find a unicorn is not acceptable. If you're not going to be aligned with the higher time frame order flow, or if you do not have any logic or narrative to put with your position, right? So the order flow was that the daily swept a high, and then the logic was the hourly change in the state of delivery. Everything is pointing to bearish price action, and you're taking a bullish position. So that is what I have to say about a GU long. I don't agree with a GU long. You can favorite your time frames so you don't have to go to the drop down. We'll have to do that. I'll do that after the stream. M1 unicorn. NQ. I don't see. I mean, unless you're looking at a bearish one, don't. I'd say price does sweep a 15-minute swing high here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a 5-minute, so that's incorrect. I don't see a bearish opportunity because there's no 15-minute areas of interest. So unless you're talking about a bullish one because it swept this swing low here, the London lows, I don't see any unicorn. No, so sorry, no, I don't see any M1 unicorn on NQ. Q made lower low while ES possibly making lower high. This would signify that NQ is the stronger of the two, right? Okay, so yeah. Okay, look. London low, current price action. Low, higher low for ES. NQ. London low, the current low. Since NQ made a lower low while ES made a higher low, that shows that ES has the strength. Question regarding psychology. How do you handle the success and money that comes from making it in trading and not letting it get to your head? You know, there's nothing, I'm not materialistic. I have bills to pay. I have a family to feed. There is no ego to have there. I'm doing my responsibilities, taking care of what I need to take care of, making sure there's food in the fridge, the electric is on, my family is taken care of. The success and money that comes from making it in trading, I guess that's your personal view on money. So however you want to personally view money, be my guest. For me, I have responsibilities to take care of. Would I take a bullish trade today, even with hour one structure being bearish? I need to see an hourly change in the state of delivery, right? So currently, an hourly change in the state of delivery would be right here. Right? Just because I'm bullish does not mean I instantly take any bullish entry function. The rest of the timeframes need to align with it. I need to have justifications to my actions. NQ, M1 setting up. I do not see anything M1 of Q. Hope you guys aren't referring to this right here. This is not a breaker block. Okay? There's no swing high right here, so you cannot be using this candle right here as a breaker block. That is not a breaker block. Please go and review ICT's, I believe it's core content 4, breaker blocks. To have institutional swing points. This is not a swing point. There is no NQM1 setting up. DL thoughts? The thoughts were this right here. DL has already completed its objective for me. If you go back to the beginning of the stream, you would have seen these thoughts. This is what I was looking at. Hourly FVG for it to push price to external. Seeing that it completed its objective, I'm no longer interested in it. I wanted a move from this FVG to this external location. It did that. Now I move to neutral to wait for more information. The objective is completed. Please check GU around 3:05 a.m. during London session. Either you weren't here when I just did the GU analysis, or you're just repeating your question. So I'm not going to go over it again. You could just rewatch the recording of this video. How important is Dixie for our trading? Dixie is a risk on versus risk off indicator. Dixie is inversely correlated to ES, NQ, EU. That means when Dixie is going lower, indices and currencies should be going higher, and vice versa. Now, the problem with that is you need to understand when they are correlated and when they are not correlated. Right? So, first thing is understanding the inverse correlation. Second thing is understanding there's no clear direction here on Dixie. Right? It's just chopping away. So Dixie is not currently correlated. It's just consolidating. So it is important to understand the correlation, but you have to be able to recognize when it's not correlated. Currently, it's not correlated, so I'm not overly interested in the importance of Dixie. Right? I'm just watching the chart that I'm looking to execute on. What Dixie doing is not of my interest right now. I'm not going to answer it again. Ash 1M Unicorn. Either you guys are just not listening to me, or you need to go and rewatch the video. It's the same questions that keep coming up. Is there such a thing as inverse breaker blocks? I've never heard of an inverse breaker block. I don't know if somebody's using that. Maybe, they wanted to make up a concept or something. I've never used an inverse breaker block, nor have I ever heard ICT mention it. RTY thoughts on it? Taking higher time frame liquidity, 15M Unicorn. Take a look at RTY. As you can see, my bias was already placed there because that was what I was currently looking at. Price was located at a weekly FVG, right? From a bullish FVG, we look for it to move to external. Bullish on RTY. Looks like it wants to take the daily highs here. Depending on what it does at the daily highs, we'll look for the weekly highs. Hourly bullish structure, as you can see, all the higher highs and higher lows. Yes, there is a breaker block here, but there is no FVG aligned with it. Right, sweep of the lows on the M15. Highest up close candle before the sweep is here. Right, so it is a breaker block, but it's not a unicorn because there's no FVG aligned with it. All right, let's go back over here. Morning Ash on 5M. 5M at 8:55. Is that breaker block right? 8:55. I mean, if I'm not sure what you're looking at here. I don't know if you're trying to call this a bullish breaker. I don't know if you're trying to call it a bearish breaker. Nonetheless, I don't see this being any kind of breaker. Take a look at the weekly candle. Take a look. Whole bunch of nothing here. Looks like an inside candle. Consolidation. So you're looking for expansion. I don't know if we're going to get it. Right now, it just looks like it could potentially be an inside week. Really tight range here. I'm not really aggressive right now. I'm not really interested in, taking risk. Why there has not been any position. You're looking at the weekly candle. This looks like just a tight range. I wouldn't instantly expect expansion. This looks like consolidation as well. Very tight, small. Is midnight open important? I have a video on my YouTube. You can take a look at that video that explains midnight open. Again, if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate any likes on this video or any subs to the channel. If you want any kind of direct communication with me, the link to my Discord is in the description of this video. We have been on here for about an hour now, so we want to get through a couple more questions. We can do that. I will be starting to wrap it up soon. We've already been on here for an hour, and there is not much happening. No reason to force anything. More than okay with being patient. I would rather take no risk than do anything outside of my system. So far, I have nothing this morning. I will continue to keep waiting, and we can answer some more questions. Until then, I will keep waiting. Can you please look at CL? Here is CL. Right, so maybe you missed conversation. Guess I will just repeat myself, but bullish FVG, external, right? I was looking for a move from internal to external. Since that move has been completed, I move to neutral because the objective on the day has been completed. That is what I have for the L. I do not instantly become bearish just because of its location, right? I understand that it's above the daily highs, but after it goes above the daily highs, there needs to be some form of signature shown in price that it's changing direction. Since there's no signature in price saying that it's changing direction, price would remain the same. Really appreciate you doing this. Just want to say thanks. Thank you for joining. I appreciate the kind words, and we do this each Wednesday. So if you like the video and subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to be notified for our next live stream as well. Why do I not trade PM session? Because I have responsibilities in my day-to-day life that I need to take care of. Do we have a unicorn in odd? Never even seen that pair before. Changing the state of delivery there on the daily inside of a daily FVG. Looks like you're on the sell side of the curve. Price was in a daily FVG. When it was in the daily FVG, it had a bearish change in the state of delivery. Now it looks like we're on the sell side of the curve. So unless you're looking for a bearish position, right? I would only be looking for a bearish position here. You have relative equal lows as well to target. Look at the, why is everybody so concerned with the 1 minute on it? You guys got to get off the 1 minute. 1 minute is too noisy. Off the 1 minute. We're focusing on the 5 minute. So we are going to wrap it up now. I greatly appreciate everybody joining. I'm glad that we were able to speak with chat and focus on questions and answers. We had no position this morning, right? I was, show you again. There is no, right? I'm on the 5 minute. There is no bullish unicorn. Go to the 5 minute on ES, right? Yes, I understand there's a sweep here and a breaker block here, but there is no hourly point of interest, right? No FVG in here. There's no swing low in here. So I have nothing this morning. I'm more than okay with not taking any positions, and I will be moving over to the Discord after this. Thank you everyone for joining. If you want to continue to communicate, the link to my Discord is in the description of this bio. I will be in the Discord after this. Greatly appreciate all of you coming. I will see you next time.